President Zelenskyy, what is your response to this narrative that Russia is taking to the world on Bucha?
Я можу відповісти вам і вашому народу.
I can tell you and your people, I'm not ready to have any answer to Minister Lavrov, saying that the situation in Bucha was a fake. Well, look at the rhetorics of the person who is considered as the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Russia. That's a great status, an important status. Throwing up fakes, it's not the steps of his level. The politics of Russian Federation is to consider that we don't have an independence and we don't have a sovereignty. They think that Ukraine is a fake. And I think this is mentioned somewhere in their public rhetorics. So saying that to a person without ear, who's not ready to listen to any information apart from their own, I can talk to people with heart, with understanding, with wisdom, with brains, that you cannot live like that. You cannot take lives of people just because you want so in a civilized world. That's why talking to you, talking to this large audience of a large nation, 400 million people, as you've mentioned before this interview, are watching us. And you know, even a single person would be able to hear us. I would tell you the same words, because my greatest interest is in lives of every citizen. Unfortunately, we have lost thousands of citizens, and now 400 million of people would understand what is happening in our country with a population of around 40 million. That's one of the largest countries in the European continent. What Russian soldiers are doing in Bucha, they did the same in Irpin, in Bucha. These are small cities around the capital city of Kiev. There's this situation which is pretty similar. Unfortunately, the situation is very tragic. We still don't have full information. There's just cities without the populations that are killed or tortured or being buried, or part of the people, women and children, all those who did not left in those cities, they were evacuated, but still there's nothing there. But I believe they will return. Saying what this person has said, particularly the fake, of course, they won't be able to use the information that the journalists are spreading. They've created a lot of cities and situations like in Bucha.
It must be difficult.
I mean, you could have destroyed.
Yes, sir.
But you can't destroy the city.
Yes. Mr. President, will you talk to Russia after Bucha? The Russian foreign minister says you don't want to, you're not serious about the negotiations. He said the Bucha massacre, what you're saying, is aimed to spoil or torpedo the ongoing negotiations. Will you continue to talk to Russia even after Bucha? Because you said the desire for talks, there is not much desire for the talks right now. After Bucha, will you continue to talk to the Russians?
Ви знаєте, я думаю, що у нас
I think that there is no other willingness but to put an end to this war. Before this large-scale invasion on the 24th of February and throughout all these 8 years, believe me, the same willingness remained. When I've become a president, the willingness was always the same. We want to put an end to this war. This war is on our territory only. It's not on the territory of Russia and Ukraine. It's only on our territory. It's the war between Russia and Ukraine, but on our territory. So I'm interested in putting an end to this war, in returning the citizens of Ukraine from other countries in order to restore the economic activity and economic stability. And even more important, I don't want to have the shelling. I don't want losing the citizens of Ukraine. In addition, apart from this strong position that we have thanks to the armed forces of Ukraine, thanks to the weapons, we are clearly demonstrating that every day, and thanks to the diplomatic efforts, we are ready to conduct negotiations with the leader of the Russian Federation, despite how difficult it might be after Bucha, after many different events. I know that there are many people in Ukraine who would be against conversations with President Putin. I know this because we can see what they are doing, what they have done in the territory of Ukraine. But as the president, I want to put an end to this war and to search for any possible steps towards that.
Just as I was coming to the interview about 20 minutes back, President Zelenskyy, Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, said that Ukraine has proposed to discuss Crimea and Donbas. And he said that we are rejecting the Ukrainian proposal. What is your proposal which Russia is rejecting?
По-перше, хочу вам сказати, що будь-яку реакцію на
Any response to any words of the Russian foreign minister should be done by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine. That is his level. That's not my level to respond to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Russia. I'm ready to respond to any words of the President of Russian Federation. Then I will be more serious about this. That's first aspect. Now, second aspect, I'm absolutely frank in saying that we are ready to talk about the territory of Ukraine. We're ready to talk about the temporarily occupied Crimea and Donbas. And even if there is no decision at this moment, the dialogue will bring some possible solutions to this situation. So I'd like to confirm once again that I'm ready to discuss any topic, but I would like to do that with the president of Russia.
Just following from that, President Zelenskyy, you say that you're willing to discuss with President Vladimir Putin all issues in great detail. How likely are these talks? Are you willing to speak directly or meet directly with President Putin? Have direct negotiations with him, one-on-one?
Да, я готовий зустрічатися з президентом.
Yes, I'm ready to meet with the president of Russia. It is on him that the further attack and on Ukraine depends. Speaking on the issues, all the issues are topical. Stopping the war, Crimea and Donbas, all of those are priority questions for me. So I'm ready at any moment. And the time is not about the timing, so to say. The faster we will meet, the less would be the amount of casualties on both sides. And I clearly understand that Russia has a slightly different attitude. As you know, the Russian soldiers, they are being abandoned on the streets, and our medics took some of them, and they even offered some medical assistance to